Hello everyone and welcome to another Tomato Sauce stream. I should probably unmute that. But today we're planning to grind the KC Cup Stage 1. We've got to get all the way up to that Stage 2. We've got to get our gem rewards so that we can pump those into our maximums when they do come out. At the beginning of next month, question mark? I mean, that's what we're expecting at the moment. Let's see who we got in chat. We have Dragson. Get in there with the first. We have Goldo. How's it going, Goldo? I did actually miss you yesterday, which was a bit of a shame. I saw that you were in chat and I didn't get a chance to have a word. And we have Alquiz. Welcome on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope everyone's having a great time today. I mean, I guess we're probably just going to jump in, right? We're going to have our little win-loss counter on the screen, because I like to actually keep track of it. This is something that we saw Icy doing. So, like, shout out to Icy. Which, I mean, I guess we have an Icy command. We'll throw that out. We are stealing his idea. We might as well give him the shout out. Would you look at that? Gunkin Suship Shari in the chat. The one and the only, making free-to-play players' dreams come true everywhere. Even my spare account is currently using a Suship deck because Suship best deck. But I think we'll just fire straight on in, right? I mean, we haven't got any news to talk about. KC Cup is the KC Cup. I mean, who doesn't love a bit of KC Cup? Because I think we were in Plat, we've got immediately dumped into dual level 10. So, yeah, we'll just fire on in. We will be playing our ever faithful Fluffalcust deck, and we will try and not lose to the timer, which is primarily what actually messes us up. So, fingers crossed, we can... Oops, Scud. I have no idea what Scud's unique skills are, so I'm going to assume this is probably going to be something generic. And he's on a win streak of 2. Ooh, that could be scary. Right, let's see what he's got. This hand doesn't do it yet. Alright, we'll go Dog. Dog here, I think, always has to search Bear. There's nothing else worth searching here. We need to get Orcust half of the deck online for our turn 1 plays, so we'll activate Bear. Set out the Toy Vendor. Activate the Toy Vendor. Now, we could send one of these to grave, but that doesn't actually get us anywhere, because neither of these two do anything. We need Nightmare or... I mean, that's not the worst mill, but it definitely could have been better. Right, we'll go straight in with Wings here. Banish Bear. We draw, then we draw another card. That's also a little bit crusty. I mean, do we just take Sheep? Sheep does not get us what we need because Sabers is already in the graveyard. We need to get a discard that we just do not have access to. I think Sheep just gets us the most bodies on board, which is probably the best we can hope for here. Unfortunately, yeah, this hand is pretty crusty. I mean, do we just activate Sheep, put this back in our hand, get back the... I mean, again, we don't really have a play. Without another discard, we cannot get anything online, and we can't access a discard with our extra deck because they all require our opponents to have something. So I think we're just passing on this, which really sucks, especially for our first game of the day. This was a... I don't know if I could call this a brick. I mean, I guess it is a brick because we haven't got anything we can do. Okay, we haven't actually played against Evil Swarms yet, but I'm pretty sure we're probably going to get absolutely cooked here. Okay, so we're going to get 2 to grave, 1 to hand. Go for Kerry Kaon. Gets back the Castor. Uses the effect to normal summon an Evil Swarm. Gets out the Caster, which triggers Caster's effect, which gets him the special summon of Thunderbird. Oh, it's just a normal summon. So he hasn't even used a special summon, it's just 3 normals. Going to Ophion. Everyone's favourite annoying monster. Level 5 or higher. Does that mess with me too bad? It stops our fusion play. It doesn't stop any of our Link or Xyz plays. Okay, so this is where... Ooh. That is a very interesting draw. So we cannot do our fusion plays as long as Ophion remains face up on the field. We need to get some of our Orca stuff in the grave. So we are going to start with Bear. So if we summon out Dog, we don't actually have anything really to search off of Dog at this point. So I don't think we actually have to worry about it. What I could do is put Dog to the top and guarantee a special of Dog, which is not bad. So we'll go Sabers here. Put Dog back on top. Then we'll go Vendor. We'll discard Horror. Draw into the Dog, which gets us a free special of Dog. I mean, I could just summon this. I still don't need the Dog. Let's summon out Chain. Because we're going to want Chain's effect to go off at some point anyway, right? So much back row is so scary. On the plus side, we don't have any Fiends, so we can't actually banish both of these right now, which is pretty good for us. So now, I mean, we could just go into this, and then that's an easy chance for him to mess us up. I think the best option might just be to go for a normal of Symbol Skeleton. Let's see if he does anything here. This would be the place to interrupt us if he's going to. Okay. Well, that's good for us, I suppose. Alright, let's see where he goes when we do this. Because right now, Sabers, keeping Sabers around doesn't actually do much for us, so it doesn't matter if it gets, like, IDP'd. Because as for right now, we can't do anything with our fusion monster because Ophion is still on the field. Okay, which one's this one? Target 1 is knowledge control, 2 cards your opponent controls, banish the target, and if you do, return the seconds to hand. I mean, that's not great. Wait a minute. Oh, we can't. That is actually very annoying. So that means all we can do is bring that back. And then what? Nothing? Bouncing both of those is actually really frustrating. If it was only bouncing one, we were fine. If it's bouncing two, we are actually kind of boned from that. We need to have 2 summons next turn, which means we have to just pass. I think we've lost this already, mate. This is disappointing. I mean, it doesn't help that we bricked super hard, right? Usually we would make some sort of impressive type board going first, but... Oh, he's just going to go for the 25. Okay, we have a chance then. It's not looking great for us, but there is a chance. Nightmare. Nightmare doesn't really do anything for us right now. So the first thing we're going to do is... Ooh. Do we discard Edge Imp Sabers? I mean, our normal summon's probably going to be Edge Imp Sabers because there's no reason to keep Dog. There's no reason to summon Dog, I should say. So send Nightmare. So our special summon can't be Wand, so I guess it's going to be Dog. We use the effect of Dog. Doesn't really matter. All we can take is Bear and there's no more targets for it. Now where do we go? I guess we have to summon Sabers, right? I mean, we don't have to summon it yet. We could use this to bring back the other, or we use Nightmare just to dump, neither of which does much for us, but we are going to have to get a monster out at some point to try and go back into our Galatea. Book of Moon. Okay. I mean, yeah, he's got so much back row that we were always going to struggle to deal with it. I mean, I suppose we just set, right? There's no real reason for us to do anything else. Maybe we should have summoned this in defense mode. Using that effect doesn't get this to clear, so we just pass on this. Hey, Dwan. You've joined us during our first KC Cup game. We bricked at the very start. Somehow we're still alive on turn 6 after bricking, and we've been sat under a floodgate this entire time and dealing with our opponent's constant interruption. So things are going a little bit shaky for us here. The thing is, he's had 3 back row every turn, so I think we're going to really struggle to just do literally anything. Alright, Summon Heart. Let me guess, another Book of Moon? An IDP? Now, if we didn't brick turn 1, this would be looking so good for us. Nothing? Okay, so he's going to have something to mess us up at some point though, isn't he? Right, we'll go 1-2. Into Galatea. Compos. Oh, bro. If we hadn't bricked, we would be winning this game so very hard. But unfortunately, it just was not in the cards. Right, we'll go Vendor. Discard World Wand. That's fine. Now we will go World Wand. Bring back Symbol. What could you possibly do now to interrupt this? Nothing, right? It's like it's an MST or something. If he plays Elsworn skill, he can't use IDP. Ah, okay. That's good. It's good to know. But he's had Book of Moon, Compulse, this like double Compulse. Now we'll go Sabers. We'll put Bear back. And now what's he going to do to mess with this again? He's messed with us trying to summon out Galatea 3 times so far. And it's another Book of Moon. I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I'm just sat under a floodgate, and he has every interruption he needs just in the back row. He's just drawn nothing but back row this entire time. Yeah, that's just game. Well, that was a bit of a disappointing first game, but that is going to be an 0-1 because of a brick on turn 1. Again, if we just had a playable first hand, because we had to end the first turn with just 2 defense monsters pass, which is garbage. Especially considering we activated and resolved Fluffal Wings, so we got like an additional 3 cards and still couldn't find anything. But let's see if we can beat Jaden. On a win streak of 3. Eternal Bond, because our opponent is really bad at the game and thus has to play Eternal Bond. Let's see what he's got for us. I mean, this hand is already infinitely better than our last hand. This hand gets shit done. But now I get to see if we can play through whatever interruptions he sets up. So we're just going to make big Yubel. Nightmare Incarnate. This one's just can't be destroyed by effects, right? Destroyed by effects of battle. Cannot be destroyed by battle. Oh, so it can just be destroyed by effects. I always overestimate this card. Miracle Contact. Sets a back row. And pass. 1 back row. Huh. That's a really annoying draw. I don't really like having double toy vendor. Alright, let's start with return, because I want to see what options we've got before we start searching. Right, we'll go Edge of Persist. We'll send Chain, we'll send Sabers. We'll normal dog. He has something you can do to monsters. So this could be Book of Moon. Could be so much. Right, we'll just take sheep here. Special out sheep. Sheep effect. Log back to hand. Bring back chain. Here, I think we just go straight for the Phoenix. Phoenix effect. We'll get rid of a vendor. We'll pop the back row. This means we can do everything else with complete immunity. Crackdown. Okay, Crackdown is A-okay. We're getting our bird back. And it's not going to be in a link zone, right? It's quite nice for us. Or an extra monster zone, I should say. Sure, you can come back here. Toy vendor effect. Doesn't really matter, but I guess we'll take wings. We'll go toy vendor. I'll take the effect. Just discard the wings here. We don't need the special, but sure. Summon out another heart. Then here we will go into decode. Next up, we will go hop. We'll bring out Nightmare. Then we're going to go Sabers. We'll put Bear back on top. Then we're going to go Galatea. Then we're going to go Nightmare. We'll send Skeleton. Then we'll go Galatea. Put back Nightmare because we do not want to draw into our Babel. Then we can go Wings. Toy vendor effect. Really does not matter, does it? We don't actually have anything else to like go into here, which is a bit weird. I mean, sure, we'll just go into a hard ding. Why not? Ding effect. Don't need to do that. We'll just get rid of this. Then I guess we'll just go to battle. And we'll swing. And then we'll swing. And there we go. We are on the board. Which is what we like to see. Man, this Orcus Fluffle deck is not good with my terrible luck. When I go second, they already have a dozen of disrupts, so they can't. So I can't keep comboing. When I go first, I normally can't get any Orcus or have a lot of Orcus monsters in hand with no way to discard, so I can't climb with this deck. It's one of those things where the Fluffle Orcus deck is not perfect. Like, by any stretch, right? It's not even a tiered deck. The Orcus side of the deck is obviously what carries it a lot of the time. Just being able to have the ability to deal with some threats that other decks can't. But there's a reason it's not a tiered deck, and that's because fundamentally it's not great. We play it because we're like a one trick, right? That's just like my jam. Maybe just pure Orcust is better. So it's one of those things, right? Pure Orcust is fine, but it still kind of loses to the same things that Fluffal Orcust loses to. The main benefit you get from playing the Fluffal engine is you get to use Toy Vendor, which is really, really good. As well as having additional discard outlets for your Orcust cards. Tiger is a great way to just force, like, effects out of your opponent, like force their back row. And Frightfur Wolf is a way to play around Kiteroid. Other than that, yeah, Fluffal is not a great, like, engine for this, right? What people do tend to do, though, is they do mix Orcust with something. Pure Orcust does tend to feel a little bit underwhelming, which is why we've seen Dark-Clawed Orcust. In fact, I think Quantum is probably the biggest like player of this, but Quantum brought the Dark-Clawed Orcust and did okay. Quantum in yesterday's tournament on Grand Stream was playing the Zombie Orcust and, you know, had a good showing at the very least. It's one of those things where Orcust is very splashable, so people tend to play it with something else a lot of the time. Fluffals need more support. Yes. I mean, when Fluffals do get more support, the deck becomes a lot stronger. The strength of Fluffals, or at least the completed Fluffal engine when we do eventually get all the cards, is it has so many different lines that you can play around and through a lot. The main issue that Fluffal has, in my opinion right now, is our extra deck does not have enough generic cards to make this work. And because we don't have enough, like, we don't have Appaloosa, we don't have Totally Awesome, we don't have, I mean, we already have Dweller, but I don't know if I would play Dweller in this list. The point is that without having generic negates outside of, like, Decode in our extra deck, we have to play cards that give us interaction during our opponent's turn, and the best cards we have to do that are the Orcust cards, because just being able to have Ding during your opponent's turn is really, really powerful, right? If we don't access Ding, our end board is either going to be just a bunch of defense mode monsters, or just, like, Decode Talker with, like, maybe it points to a Sabers and then pass, which is, like, a single targeted negate, which is really bad. But specifically, Decode and Ding work really, really well together, because we can use Ding to protect, or we can use Decode, send Ding, and then use the effect of Skeleton to bring back Ding during our opponent's turn, which is why these cards have, like, this incremental synergy. But yeah, I mean, I love Fluffals, and I love Orcust, but I would never recommend them to someone else, right? I would never say, oh, you need to play this deck. Like, this is what's going to get you there. Hey, Icy. We were talking about you a little while ago. We stole your win-loss counter from your stream yesterday. I thought it was a great idea. Unfortunately, we had to start off with a big 0-1, which is not really what we want to be seeing. But, to be fair again, we are playing Fluffal Orcust. We're not playing, like, Tachyon, right? So, it's realistically not going to... probably... if this stays even, I'll be quite happy, right? If this starts going, like... If we end the stream on, like, 4-7 or something, I'm going to be very sad, but... Ooh, Sue Ships. Okay. Thank you for the follow, Shari. We're not against you, are we? Blunt with the Prime. Thank you so much, Bluntcast. Really do appreciate him. I've seen him win these. Well, we are playing against Sushi Boats, so fingers crossed we can beat this. It will come down to how much back row they've got, I think. If they don't have much back row, I think we'll be completely fine.
Bluntcast just subscribed with Prime. I've seen them win
What are you
these.
doing? Like, what are you thinking of, right? You're just gonna overlay. Oh, no, it's Dweller! No, we can't beat this card! How do we win? How do we win? Double Toy Vendor? Vendor does nothing. We can't use Harp. Chain doesn't do anything. We need our graveyard so badly. Ah, bloody Dweller! Oh, I hate that card so much. So Dweller is... You can detach one exclusive material to this card. This card... Any card effect that activates in your opponent's graveyard cannot be activated. And guess what? Our entire deck activates from the graveyard. Can we do anything? I could try and force it out by using sabers. Alright, well, normal dog. We'll start with that. Weird that you waited this long to use that. I suppose you didn't get a chance to until now. Right, we'll take sheep here, I guess. Right. We'll special out sheep. Activate sheep. Put dog back in hand. Bring back chain. We'll activate vendor. And then here we have to go vendor. This is so bad though. Like, I don't know what we do here. I can go into brute. The problem is brute doesn't have the attack to clear dweller. But even on my opponent's turn, I'm not going to have anything I can do. Alright, we're going to go brute here, I think. I think we have to. But if he has any monster, this doesn't work. And his hand is almost certainly double monster. Yeah, now he just discards a monster. Any way to get to Frightful Fusion? Not without a graveyard effect. Yeah, let's just go next. We know this one's already over. Our deck just it cannot beat the Dweller. Dweller just hard counters our deck. It hard counters both halves of our deck. If he didn't activate Dweller, maybe the play was to use Sabers, normal summon Hearts, so you can at least clear his board. Yeah, but if I try to activate Dweller, if I try to activate Sabers, he just uses Dweller, right? Dweller doesn't negate, prevents activation. So... Well, then I suppose what you could say then is that he misplayed by not toggling on and just doing it in, like, standby phase, right? Which means our only win con was he misplayed. Which is still a win con, right? Let's not underestimate that, but... it still means that if he didn't mess up, we still just auto lose. Okay, what's he making now? Trying to think, how good is Dweller in the current metagame? Obviously it hard screws with us. Like, there's nothing we can do about it. This hand is really not good. We have two options. We go for popping both and then doing nothing, or we go for draw two. Either way, it always starts with this. I think we're going to go for the draw two, because otherwise this doesn't really do anything unless we find the Orca stuff to clear Wiseman. Good toy vendor. Yeah, that's what I mean. Because it's bad into Tachyon, I feel like most people wouldn't be using it. Right, we'll go dog here. Then we'll go wing straight up, because we don't really have anything to not draw right now. Okay, that's not a bad little combo there. Here we always take sabers, because we've already used bear. This lets us use our skill. So we'll dump sabers, dump chain. We already have the Fright for Fusion, so doing that line is just to put an extra card in our hand, which we might not even need. So we will go for return here. Harp is there. We can just go for an extra body, or we can start trying to make plays. We want to, like, pop this. So I think what we'll do first is... What have I done? Have I locked myself into something? Oh, it's 2 months of different names, isn't it? Okay, in which case we will go straight to Edge Imp Sabers. We'll put Fright for Fusion back, because we'll get a search off this in a minute. Then we'll go for this by doing 1, 2. Into Phoenix. Phoenix effect. We'll go ahead and discard Harp. Pop this. That's annoying, but we can work around it, I think. Alright. Here we'll special summon out Sheep, because we want to get our Fright for Fusion back. Come on back, Chain. Here we're going to go straight into this, I think. Summon out Decode. Chain effect, we'll grab out the Fright for Fusion. Now, we're going to go straight in with Harp. Summon out Skeleton. We'll go into Galatea. Then we'll go Nightmare. Boost up Decode. Send World Wand. Then we'll activate Galatea, put back Nightmare. Get the Babel out of the deck. Now we'll go World Wand. Bring back Harp. Then we'll go into Longirsu by using 1, 2. Then we'll go Symbol Skeleton. Bring back Galatea. Now, here we're going to activate Longirsu effect. We're going to put both of these back. I'm going to send this. Uses Kluger effect. Then I am going to do it this way round, because I'd rather have this on the following turn in case he does stop this. So I'll go Ding. On Kluger. Then we'll go Fright for Fusion. Into Tiger. Flip this over. And that should be the win. Oh, okay. The Tachyon Cup has been rough. I mean, haven't hit it yet, right? We're still down at the bottom, so we haven't hit the Tachyon spam just yet. When we do, Can we get a county on Taka on the street? Yeah, we can totally do that. But first, we need to update to show that we are 2 and 2. All right, let's get our tachyon counter, which is currently just going to sit at a nice 0. Do that. Do that. And then we will also this. Oh, we want an outline. It's way too big. Alright, let's make this smaller. How's that looking? Still a bit too big. Make it yet smaller still. There we go. That's beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Alright. Now that's all done. Oh. Jesus, 4 cards left in the deck on turn 2. I mean, that's normal. That's normal for us. Let's go. Something so funny about a 12-star card just getting BTF like that. I mean, yeah. That's why I love Fluffle and Orcus just so much, right? It's our jam. It's just our jam. I don't care how bad it is. We'll never not have fun playing it. Oh, Seto Kaiba. Now, is this going to be everyone's favorite Blue Eyes White Dragon? Blue Eyes Dimension. Right, we're against Blue Eyes. Alright, let's go Vendor. Alright, there is no way we Vendor here, so I think we just straight discard Nightmare. That is a weird card to get there. We have like a really shit play, or because I could just normal and then use Orcus Nightmare to go into a Harp, or I could use Orcus Nightmare to go into World Wand. Either way, that gets me a second body, but it doesn't extend past the second body is the issue. Vendor is like way too risky. Actually, I suppose no matter what, it doesn't make any difference. So I think we will just Vendor here, because there's a chance this goes very, very well for us. Getting that extra body is actually really big. That's fine. It still kind of gets us there, but we didn't get the high roll that we wanted. We'll send World Wand. World Wand effect. Bring back Nightmare. Go into Galatea. Galatea effect. We will put this back. Grab out Babel. And then all we have left is that, which we're not going to do. So, I guess we're just going to go Ding Pass against the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Straight in there as well, in the EMZ. No reason to put it in the EMZ. We just felt like being spicy. So again, this is not a very good end board, but it is an end board, right? We have Destruction Prevention, and we do have a Quick Effect Pop if this does go to the graveyard. If nothing else, we're basically going to use Ding to just protect Babel. Okay. It'll be DM. I don't think so. I can't kill anyone. I'm pretty sure this is Blue Eyes White Dragon. I mean, obviously there's no message. Blue Eyes Dimension. Discards Blue Eyes White Dragon. So we know he's got alternative. We know he's got the other Blue Eyes. We're sending Solid. Adding Monster Reborn. Solid Dragon is actually really annoying. Reveals Blue Eyes. Summons alternative. Wait, are you going to use alternative's effect now? Surely you're not going to just shotgun it. Okay, here we go. Monster Reborn. So his plan is to do that, in which case we will go Nightmare here. We're going to boost up our Ding. And send World Wand. Although this doesn't actually work with the other cards, does it? So sending that to grave now doesn't actually do anything. So now he's going to negate this, then he's going to pop this. I think it's greedy, but I think we just let him negate. Like, it's so greedy. It's extraordinarily greedy. What I should do, if I'm playing safe, is use Symbol Skeleton Effect and just bring something back before this gets popped. Oh, it's only monsters it pops. I thought it was spell traps. Okay, in which case we are fine then. In which case sending that was even worse. I'm just a big dum-dum. Yeah. Nah, it definitely would have made more sense to not use Nightmare here. For some reason I had it in my head that alternative pops spell traps. Okay, what did he add? If he added vanilla Blue Eyes, doesn't really make any difference. We're still in the main phase. We're setting back row ready. 2 back row. Now he's going to pop Ding. Which is fine. This guy do anything else? So he's going to have another Blue Eyes to summon out. I don't think I can live through all this, you know. If I kept Nightmare, I actually might have been able to. But now, I don't think that's going to happen. Where does this summon from? From your deck. What does this one do specifically? Okay. That's fine. He's going to pop my board. In response, I'm going to use that. Get rid of his fusion monster. What does this do? At the end of damage stat, this card you control, then fusion. Doesn't have any protection, right? Wait, I don't get. Oh, it does it on resolution? That's annoying. In which case, I'm just dead, right? I didn't realize that was at res. That's a shame. Okay, well now I know for future that that resolves at resolution. I mean, that kind of stinks. But, again, our open was garbage, right? We did not have the end board that we wanted at all. And that seems to be our a pattern that we're starting to see is if we open a really, really bad hand, we just lose the game. Which, who would have thought that that would happen in Yu-Gi-Oh? Oh my god, could I please open a playable hand? What is this? I feel like it's not like crazy hard to open playable with this deck, right? Like, we do have a lot of garnets, but we just need to not open all garnets. Right now, our only play is bear into vendor, 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 which is really, really bad. If we draw a dog, we might be okay, but it depends, because he's playing Yugo, which means he might just set up, like, Crystal Wing, Clear Wing, and then, like, what do we do through that? The primary issue we've had is the games we've gone first, we have bricked crazy bad. And the games we've gone second, we've been floodgated. And that's kind of every game so far. So we need to hope that, one, he doesn't floodgate us, which he probably won't, but because he's probably on speedroids, but he's going to set up a couple points of interest. Oh, okay. Sure, we'll take that. I mean, we're going to mark that as a win. A win is a win is a win. Still no tachyons yet. Why is that? Oh, because some of the games... I don't get that. This is our 6th game, and yet we've only got 3 rewards from doing this. I don't know. Alright, QWERTY from Japan. Let's see what they're on. We're both on a rank up. He is playing Mizar, so this could be tier 0. It is! It's Tachyon! And do you know what that means? Tachyon count up to 1. Now, there's 2 things to take note of here. 1, this is a tier 0 deck, which means our chances of winning with our rogue deck are extremely minimal. And 2, we are going second against the tier 0 deck, which means our chances of winning that were already minimal are now like at least half of what they were. So we know he's got 1 Omni, at least. He's got Spiral in hand, so he's going to summon that out, get out another one. What's he going to end on? What is the other... Because when we beat this deck, he just made, like, Cypher Blade and passed, and Cypher Blade does nothing on turn 1. So it was very strange. 6 games took longer than expected. I mean, we found it. We found it in the end. The issue is that Tachyon is very, very free to play, right? Like, this deck realistically doesn't take many gems to, like, actually build. Like, some of the extra deck monsters can be a bit of a pain, but other than that... Here we go, it's full armor. Okay, so this is... Once per turn, you target 2 equipped spells, equipped to this card, attached to these materials. Once per turn, you can attach 1 Xyz material. Wait, does this do nothing on my turn? It's not a quick effect. Does this just do nothing? It's just a 4,000 guy? I mean, he's got some Omnis, right? So he's still going to mess us up either way. Right, we'll start out with Bear. Let's see what he does to this. So many good rank 8 too. Yeah, rank 8 is such, like, an awesome pool of cards. Right, we'll send Harp. Ooh, this is interesting. We still have it normaled. So we are going to just special out Nightmare. Then we're going to... Do we even... Because I need to normal summon at some point. But it's like, do we do it right now? If I use that, I'm locked out of this. So I think we do have to normal Bear here. Special the Sheep for the extra body. Now comes the question of when are we going to get Omni'd and completely blown out the game? That is the question. So we could go... Thanks for the follow. Could do this, discard a card. The problem is when something gets hit, everything falls apart, right? I kind of need to just force something out though, right? So I think we just do this. Into Phoenix. Phoenix effect. Target this. So this will force something. Right, Rebirth of Parshath. Then you can special summon a Parshath monster from your deck or extra deck. What? I haven't seen this before. What the heck does this do? Okay, so that doesn't really accomplish anything. So now we have to go Harp. Harp goes into Symbol Skeleton. And here we have to go into Galatea. If we had Frightfur Fusion, we just win the game here. But we haven't seen any of our cards that get us to it, which is a shame. I mean, he doesn't have a negate left, right? Right, we go Nightmare. What was our win con, right? So we do the whole shebang, right? We go Nightmare, Wand, bring back Nightmare, use the effect to discard, to put the Symbol Skeleton back in the deck, or we could have done it the other way around and put the, in fact, we almost certainly did it the other way around. We put Nightmare back in the deck. We get out our Babble, we go into a Link 3, which would almost certainly just be like Ding, which would let us send one of his cards if we could get enough banish, which we would be able to do. Then we can get rid of another card. Then we just attack over with one. I guess he's kind of out of cards at that point, and we would leave him with no monsters. And I guess he just can't recover from that situation. It did not feel unwinnable from him. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. But there we go. Level 12. Let's catch up with chat since we cannot process chat while we're processing game. Felgrand Tachyon, 1 set and Omni Negate in hand is annoying to play into turn 2. Exactly. Apparently it's beatable. I bet they're gonna Omni the Harp. I mean, that would make sense. I renewed my mobile one due to a mistake before in game. Okay. Yeah, thanks for the follow. Absolutely. Would you look at that? It's Corono. How's it going, Corono? I think a good restriction for the skill is you can only activate one spell trap during your opponent's next turn. That would be interesting, because that would basically turn off a lot of their options, because then you could only use the one Omni from hand, right? Orcus tier -1. You know, that's just how it goes. Sometimes you just win. Too much of a gamer, that's what you are. Thank you so much, Blunt. Appreciate you. Renewed my mobile one due to a mistake before a game. Due to a mistake. Oh, due to a mistake before in game. I see. Had to spend some of my rush gems, 1k only, luckily, and my UR/SR tickets. Get playable deck for this. So what playable deck have you built then, Corono? Is it Tachyon? Could it be Shiranui? Maybe it's Suships. Made Crusadia Mech Knight deck with some Kaiju. Ended some Tachyon win streaks. I mean, Kaijus just do that, right? Kaijus are so good at dealing with just such annoying threats. And there's like a combo the Shiranui deck can do that is almost unoutable unless you've got like a Kaiju or a Kaiju adjacent effect. That's a hand. I think we always bear, right? Bear, Vendor. Vendor, discard wings. That's not bad, but that's not the way we want to use that. Because now finding sabers can be a bit of a pain. These are very interesting draws. Okay. So now we have to go dog. Now, before we use dog, we're going to use return. Discard the nightmare. These are really weird draws. Alright, we'll go dog here. Dog effect. Let's see if there's a delay for Veiler. There is not. So now, we still don't need sabers right now, right? We're basically now just going to try and build a board to deal with our opponent for the following turn. Sabers is not a bad card to do that, but we don't really have a good way to discard it right now. So I actually think we might just take sheep. Okay, we're going to take sheep. Then, because we just want an extra body again. No, we don't have it, do we? We just straight up do not. Okay, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. We will... Special sheep. Activate sheep. We're going to go ahead and put dog back in our hand. We're going to get out chain, because this just gives us an extra card to work with. Then we can go toy vendor. What is currently in our graveyard? We already have him. Do we want to go through his line now to make sure we don't accidentally draw into something annoying? It would potentially give us one less card, but I think that's worth it. So we will go for Nightmare now. Target chain. We're going to send horror. Although, yeah, that doesn't get me anywhere because I've already got my bloody targets in my hand. Which means I've now just locked myself out of that for, like, no reason. In which case, I think we do discard World Wand here, just because this guarantees we can get an Orcust onto the field. Okay, so now that has fixed everything. Out you come. Next up, we will go into Galatea using this and this. It doesn't really make any difference. We have no way to put that back into our deck without sabers. Galatea comes on out. Activate Galatea. Get rid of Nightmare. Set a card. We want my Babble back. Then there's no fancy play to really be done here. So I think we are just going to go for our generic open of decode into Symbol Skeleton, into Galatea, into Zading. Ding grabs back Symbol Skeleton. Then we have to flip this over, and I don't think we do anything else here. I mean, we can do more, but, like, it doesn't help us. I want a Tachyon deck on both. Nice. You always got to have the Tachyon. Tachyon is very fun, right? I think that's a big thing people neglect to say. As soon as the deck becomes tier 0, it's, I hate this deck. Oh, I'm running it into a ladder all the time. It's so unfun to play against. It's overpowered. And all of those things are technically true. There's another win. But Kite is still really cool. Mizar is still really cool. Making rank 8s is really cool. Playing a bunch of big dragons is really cool. When you have that many things that are really, really cool, it's still a cool deck. I mean, unless like you really just hate all of those listed above things, in which case, I'll cry about it. What are we going to do about it? Let's go again. I don't even know what we were getting. We probably should have actually looked at that deck list. I mean, we saw it was, we saw a card, right? I can't remember what it was now. I got too busy during my rant. Okay. We're against Revolver. So, probably going to be Rockets, but I guess this could still be anything. We're going second, which is not ideal. We do have Sabers without Chain, which means we can use our skill. We have Dog to tutor. We have Bear, which does get Symbol Skeleton to grave, but Symbol Skeleton is not useful in the graveyard on its own. Would you look at that? Boot Sector launch from the Boral player. What is he going to end on? Because Boral decks, they always seem really weak to me, and that's because they never end on anything particularly good. Triple back row. This is probably the best this deck produces. in terms of like interruptions. Rocket Tracer is obviously really good as well. You can send one face-up card you control, destroy it, and if you do, you get to send... Right, that's a much better card to discard. Right, we go Assist. We'll send Sabers, we'll send Chain. Next up, we will straight away fire off Bear. Get out the Toy Vendor. We'll flip this over. One is Cog Match. Nice. Congratulations, Dragson. Right, we'll send Heart. That is very interesting. Alright, we're going to summon out Skeleton, because we're going to want Skeleton on the board. Here's IDP. We are in a very awkward situation. Book of Moon is okay. Okay, we can work around that. Right, normal dog. Dog effect. Here we just grab Sheep. This is where things get a little bit crusty. So we want to have our effect. We need to get Chain out of the graveyard. But then we're going to have our zones taken up a little bit. So we're going to have to link into Phoenix and go from there. Out you come. Chain. Now we're going to go straight into Phoenix. We'll discard Bear. We'll target one of these back row. Then we'll use Chain Effect. And we'll add Bright Fur Fusion to hand. We'll add Fright for Fusion. Get rid of the second Book of Moon, so that doesn't do anything. Now is the question of, do we just shotgun, or do we start climbing? We're not going to have a good opportunity to discard, so I actually think... Mind you, if we do that afterwards, we can't really do anything off of it anyway, right? No, we totally can. Right, we'll go Sabers and put this back on top. Bring this out. Then we're going to go into Decode Talker by using all of this. Goes for Crackdown. Then I'll use Decode effect. He could use Rocket Tracer whenever he wants. Now we're going to go Fright for Fusion. We'll go 1. We'll go 2. Yeah, screw it, we'll go 3. Hey, Bakura, we're doing pretty good. How are you doing? Tiger effect. Pop 1. We'll pop 2. And that is going to be the win, which is all we need. 6-3. Okay, we've suddenly got a little bit of momentum. We've got a bit of momentum. We're up to DL 13, which is exactly where we want to be. 6-3, let's go. I mean, yesterday I was watching your stream. You got up to, I mean, while I was still watching, because I'm very busy, but I've been on and off trying to catch what I could. I remember at some point you were at like 40 to like 8 or something, right? You were on something absolutely insane. We're not going to reach those levels. But we're going to try our darndest, okay? That's all we can say. All we can do is our best. And we'll pick apart our losses and try and work out why we lost. That's what we do here. We don't wallow, we analyze. Mizar again. Is this going to be Tachyon number 2? Can't win strict 4. This is the game like, no, don't get full of yourself. Jeez, what does this hand do? Does this hand do anything? Alright, this is the play, right? It's Babel, Set Horror, Pass. The strongest play our deck can produce. Ugh. It's games like this where you're like, man, is Fluffalcust really, like, just complete dog shit? Oh, it's fine, it's fine. We have to have a game like this every now and then, right? This song always confuses me, because every time it comes on, I'm like, have I put the wrong playlist on? But no, this is a Sonic the Hedgehog song. I'm playing Tachyon, so I think I'm fine. I mean, yeah, if you're playing Tachyon, you're gonna absolutely hit that dual level 20. Probably in a couple hours, right? That's what I would expect. So, I have played against Tachyon a grand total of 3 times ever. And 2 of those games we have won, so we have a 66% win rate against this deck. And both times, my opponent's just end board was like Tachyon Dragon plus just something that doesn't make sense to have out. And I'm like, I just bet, like, they could have just made, like, Dingirsu, right? And just had a better end board. But for some reason, Tachyon players like to just end on a big pile of nothing. And I'm like, they're like, oh, my one Omni from hand will save me. And it's like, just make a better boss monster. Time to relearn Shiranui. I mean, it's completely new deck, right? With the new stuff that's coming out. Pretty crazy, though. It looks really, really fun, though. If you're into the whole, like, dump load of stuff in the graveyard. It reminds me a little bit of Mayakashi. Obviously, they're still very different. They're skill-brained. I mean, that would make sense. Alright, here comes the Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon. So what's he going to do? He is going to get out another 8. He's going to go into probably like Cypher and then overlay into like Cypher Blade, or he could go into full armor. Either way, it's going to be pretty big. Alright, Tachyon Dragon Domination, here it comes. Searches the Omni. Wait a minute. We're going off script. This isn't the Omni Negate. Okay, so this is the other play they make. I don't see this happen very often. All offensive currently in the field. Your opponent can activate card effects on the field. You contribute 2 monsters. This card can make up to 3 attacks on monsters each battle phase. Okay. Spiral Dragon comes out. Spiral Dragon effect. So I assume we're going to go for the tribute 3 monsters. And as soon as he does that, I think I do just lose. Because I can block 2 attacks, I cannot block a 3rd. Okay, so we're not doing that. So you just have 2 negates. Oh, we are going for a pop. Okay, so now I'm dead. This pop guarantees that I've just lost the game. Yeah, okay, that 100% guarantees. I guess it really does telegraph what I've got face down if I've set that. Cypher Blade's then going to pop this as well. Oh, my man is styling on me. Alright, that's going to be a loss. So we'll mark that up now. And we will upgrade our Tachyon count. We haven't done that yet. Like, we hard bricked, and our opponent made a 32, a 45, had 2 pops, He managed to style on us so much that he didn't even need to search the Omni, which is so sad. Tachyon rule number 4. If they don't search the counter trap, assume they already have it. Yeah, but he set the card from hand, so if he had the counter trap, he set it, which he didn't need to do because he was going to end on Tachyon anyway. Oh, I guess he didn't end on Tachyon, right? He ended on fucking full armor into Cypher Blade, which I still think is... I don't know if you could do it the other way around, but I think the other way around ends up more attack points. Alright. It's another Mizar. Is this going to be Tachyon number 3? Find out in a sec. Win streak 2. Any kind of win streak does telegraph Tachyon. And we're going second. Saying that, I actually think our win rate against this deck is 100% going second. Because now we're 2-2. Would you look at that? It's Tachyon. Let's see what our Tachyon bro ends on. How are we back to Shiva's theme again? We listened to this earlier. Now, I do like this song, but we are going to skip to something else. This is fine, especially for a Tachyon game. I was going to play Stage 2 and Tachyon came out. I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh! In a hot minute. Last I played, I was winning with Satella Knights and Yangzings. Are they still viable today? Satella Knights and Yangzings are both kind of rogue right now. Like, they're not a tiered deck, but they're, like, okay, right? In the same way that Orcust is not a tiered deck, but could still win games. I would say, realistically, you're going to look for like a 55% win rate if you're playing one of those decks. Like, you're not going to be looking at one of those big chunky, like, 66 plus win rates. Why am I getting burned? What the heck is this? Am I going to get, like, burn FTK'd by this? So, alright, so that's just it. He's done that 3 times. He's going to make another one. Maybe if he makes another one, it's a hard thrice per turn. I didn't even know Tachyon had an FTK, so this is interesting. Tachyon domination. People were hoping the FTK would get the deck emergency hit, but clearly Konami said no. Like I said, I haven't even seen this yet, so this is exciting for me. I want to see what they do to kill me. Because it's the second turn and I'm not dead, so... This hand, though, is complete dog shit. What does this hand even do? We go vendor, discard, harp. Because we need harp in grave. It's the only card that we have that does anything in the graveyard right now. Let's go, vendor. I mean, to be fair, even if they bricked, I think we've bricked harder. I mean... arguably, that sorts us out a little bit. Because now we can go... oh, actually, if he gets his Omni, and he just negates Dog, we literally don't have a play. But if he negates anything, we don't have a play. Right, this just seems really sus, but he's less likely to negate Bear, so we'll see if he does. Because we still have it normaled, and he has to take that into account. Does he have double MST? Flip over vendor. Double MST. Okay, okay. I think that's just game now, because he still has an Omni. I really wish that just all of my thingy cards just weren't here. I mean, there's no reason to take anything other than dog, right? So now we normal dog, and now he's going to Omni this. Actually, he might not Omni this, because we still have 4 cards in our hand. He doesn't necessarily know that we've bricked. Nope, he is just going to Omni this straight up. By the way, this is the wrong play if we hadn't bricked. If we hadn't bricked, negating that is really bad. But we have bricked, and thus, let's watch him end us. Let's just already update the loss count, shall we? Got the trade in. Oh, but he's lethal on board because he's already burned us, hasn't he? Yeah, let's just go next. Oh, I wish if we hadn't bricked there, I think we actually won that because he played it really badly. It's a shame we had 3 Orchist cards in hand, which does absolutely nothing for us. If we had any way to get this into the graveyard, we were completely fine. But he even double MST'd both Toy Vendors, and all we needed was a discard. Omnis from hand are so fun though. I mean, I don't think it matters too much, because whether it's in your hand or on the field, the only card I can think of that like directly will interact with like one over the other is going to be something like Droplet. Alright, we go Bear. I think here, instead of sending Wings, we're going to send Nightmare. Then we're going to normal Wings. We'll go Nightmare. Increase Wings attack. I don't have any... Alright, I have to send this. Okay. I was going to say, we've drawn both of our bloody targets again. Doing this, we guaranteed that no matter what we hit, we always got to this. Now we'll go into Galatea. Then here... I don't think we want to use this yet, right? I think I'd rather use Galatea here. Because we do not want to draw into... I think we need Babel, right? Babel is always the most important. I don't know, maybe it wasn't. We have a lot of ways to get this into grave. Go Toy Vendor effect. Here, I think we always take Sabers, right? We'll activate Edge and Persist. We send Sabers, we send Chain. Now we can use Sabers effect. We'll put Symbol Skeleton back. Don't need to do that. Bring this out. Now we go into this, using both these. Out you come, Decode Talker, which will give us the good targeted negate, but only after... Ooh. That was... yeah, this is actually still kind of fine. We don't have the destruction prevention, but we do still have the negate, and if that does negate, we do get to bring him back. I think there was a better way we could have done this, but we'll leave it like this for now. What we should have done was brought this out first, and then linked this off. Left another monster on the board. I don't like that. Alright, we're going to go ahead and fire this off now before he does start flying, because I don't know what the current Necro Valley does. There's been like 8 different versions of this card. Cards in the graveyard cannot be banished. Negate any card effect that would move a card in a graveyard to a different place. So again, that is a hard floodgate against exactly us and does nothing against the tier 0 meta threat. I guess it does, actually, because it stops the one from bringing back a level 8 from the graveyard, right? So I think this is actually better than Dweller. I don't like all these effects that people use. There are always floodgates as well that stop me from using the bloody graveyard. What? Sure. Yeah, okay. Set up a floodgate that completely stops me from playing the game and then just surrender. Can't even look at the deck lists. That's a bit sad. I guess it's because they don't want to see what you're playing in case you cut. I can kind of get behind that, but I want to see what I was playing against. I want to see the cool Gravekeeper list. You bell. Our 3 guesses what this is going to be. Could it be a little Eternal Bondy Wondy? Oh, who would have thought? I feel like so many people just lean on Eternal Bond like a crutch. He prob, read, decode, and noped out. Maybe. I'm trying to get the Gravekeeper deck. I mean, Gravekeepers is a weird one because half of the people that play against it are like, it's a floodgate deck, therefore I hate it. And other people are like, yeah, Gravekeeper monsters are kind of cool. Because like I played Gravekeepers way back when the floodgate effect didn't do a ton. Also find it funny how we already got decks like Chairs, Sushi Fairies, and the Shadow Flower for the NPC decks. I mean, yeah, that's probably going to be a common theme going forward. I wouldn't be surprised if the NPCs got fusions before we did. Everyone leans on OP skills as a crutch. We don't. Our skill just throws 2 cards in the graveyard and does nothing else. It just helps grease the wheels into our strategy. It isn't our entire strategy. Snipe Tomato with your Floodgate deck. I mean, 100% win rate against Gravekeepers. Dweller, on the other hand, I don't think we've actually beaten Dweller 1 time so far. This is a really weird end board. I mean, do we just kill? I mean, it depends what he's got, right? So we'll do this first. So he has got Veiler. This is the place to Veiler, I guess, if you're gonna. Okay, okay. I'm gonna take Sabers here, I guess. We use the skill. Send Sabers, we send Chain. Special out Sheep. Sheep effect. This would be another kind of annoying place to interrupt me, but... And then we'll bring out Chain. So, we still don't have what we're looking for. So I guess I'll go Toy Vendor here. This is where we discard Wings. Tempted to make a Gearfried deck with the Gearfried skill because I have fun. Wait, what are we negating here? Okay. Anyway. Discard Wings. That's a very nice hit. So here we will go straight in with the Nightmare. Because we don't want to draw into our targets. Go Harp. We'll activate Harp. Bring out Symbol. I'm gonna go 1, 2, into Galatea. Agent Chain Effect. We'll grab the Frightful Fusion. Then we will use Galatea. We have Wild Wand in hand. We have no good way to get into the graveyard right now, so we will put Nightmare back. And we'll go into Decode. Then we don't use that, we don't use that. I guess we'll go Wings here, right? Toy Vendor Effect. We will grab Bear, sure. Go ahead and activate Bear Effect. I guess we'll go Return here. Discard Wand. I mean, we have so much we can do, right? Use this, bring back Galatea. We'll go into Ding. My main concern is I don't think I can play around Kiteroid. So I don't think I have access to enough cards. Either way, we'll discard. I mean, that's not bad. I don't know why I summoned that in defense mode, but that's fine. Now we'll go Frightful Fusion, because now we can play around Kiteroid. Out comes Frightful Wolf. Swing! He has Kiteroid! He has Kiteroid! This is why we always play around the Kiteroid. He thought he could get around us with our Kiteroid. Little did he know. I feel like all of our wins today are just against Eternal Bond or like really, really trash rogue decks. Which I suppose is what Eternal Bond is. It's probably like... Eternal Bond is probably like one of the best rogue decks, but it's still rogue now, right? It's weird that it was like meta just not that long ago. Saving it for fusions. Tempted to make Gearfruit deck. That skill not with it. Oh, without the skill. Ah, okay. Though the skill's really good. Alright, is this going to be Toons? Mind Scan? Probably not Toons then. God, it's been a while since I've seen Mind Scan. Third turn onward. This man thinks we're getting to turn 3. Then maybe we will. Goodbye, Sabers. Hallo, ich bin ein Tomat. Hello, Tony Tomat. I have no idea how tomat is pronounced in German, but we're going to go with that. There's no reason to not summon dog, so we will summon dog. Out you come, doggy. We have no reason to take sheep, really, so I actually think we're going to take wings here. Actually, do we... No, taking wings is just straight bad, right? Because I have to discard for this, and this has to be the discard, so... I guess it's always sheep. Out you come, sheep. Activate the effect. Draw back the hand. Bring out chain. Then we go vendor. Vendor effects. Discard harp. If I go into this, it doesn't get me anything. Because I still need an Orcus monster to do my combo. So I don't think we summon this here, which is really sad. Now we'll go Harp. Bring out Nightmare. Into Galatea. Egypt Chain. Grab out the Frightful Fusion. Here we go, Nightmare. Target the Galatea. And we'll send Symbol Skeleton to grave. I suppose here we just always go Nightmare. Sat the Babal. Then we'll go into Decode using 1, 2. Here we then Symbol Skeleton. Back to Galatea again. We'll then overlay Ding onto our Galatea. We still have no idea what we're against, by the way. Just absolutely no idea. Grab this back. Flip this over. And again, there's no real reason to do anything else. We'll just pass on this. Whew! Alright. Only reason to play a Turtle Bond is to consistently search Super Poly against Tachyon. I mean, that is a very viable strategy, right? Yes, but you need 10 Fire Warriors to use a skill. I have an idea to turn normal summons into equip spells. Okay, okay. True. Won't work with Warriors, or at least not as well. Yeah, right. I'm German/Duel Links Tomato. And my deck is Tomato deck. Are you playing like in Mato and stuff? Do I need to set it? I don't think I do, right? I think we're fine. You can flip it face down. I'm okay with this. Fire Formation Tenki. Is the Link 4 Orcus in the game? Yes, it is. We just don't have room for it. Oh boy, we have not read these cards. Okay. Grabs out Zhuge Kong. But negates spell traps by sending continuous spell Ancient Warrior cards. Okay. Negates everything. Monster effects, spells, and traps. Okay, okay, okay. And you can do one each. Okay, we're getting rid of it. Double Dragon Lords. Everyone knows this card. This is a bounce, right? Blah, blah, blah. So I think somebody can add one Ancient Warrior card from your deck to your hand. Quick effect, you can send one other card from your hand or field to the graveyard, target one face-up card your opponent controls, and return it to the hand. Well, we have a negate, so that's not going to be too bad. Ancient Warriors are scary going second. Well, we have an okay setup here. Everything he's got right now is a negate. Well, everything he has is a target, so we have a negate for it, I should say. Right, there we go. That's 9-5. What a way to make a living. Up to 14 as well. Looking really good for us. We want to try and hit that 20. I don't know if we're going to hit 20 today, but by golly, we're going to give it a go. We're going to give it an old bash. Tri-Brigade card. Exactly. I mean, I still have fond memories of when Master Duel came out and Tri-Brigade was just like one of the best decks. It's Mizar. Don't get my hopes up. Come on, let's see a Tachyon. When to get a dual level up. Is it Tachyon? Is it Tachyon? Alright, this hand might be okay. It's not looking great. We have to take Bear no matter what. We use Bear. Now this is where things get a bit funky because I could send Wings, which gets like all my second turn and stuff onward plays going, but I think just to be able to end on a board. If I send Harp Horror here, right? What do? We get out another guy, go into Galatea, overlay into Ding, and that's it, right? We don't really go anywhere else. Ding on its own, I do not think is enough to try and even so much as survive against this deck. So I think we have to high roll. Because like, what else? If we do just go Harp, right? We send it. We guarantee we go into Galatea. We guarantee we end with Babel. We'll have Galatea out. We'll overlay into... So we have no extenders. So it'll just literally be that. We have no way to discard the skeleton to get a full play going, even if we did get anything else. I think because it's Tachyon, or because we think it's Tachyon, I think it's actually better to just high roll with Wings. Right, that was the absolute worst mill it could have been, but... Right, that's bad. That's kind of bad as well. This is looking like probably a loss, but I still think it was the correct play, because I think just Ding Pass doesn't beat this, so we had to try something. Yeah, I mean, we don't have anything. Why not set Ding in the graveyard? I mean, if I could if I could do absolutely everything I wanted to, yeah, that'd be great. But this hand couldn't do that. Link 3 Orcus with Ding in graveyard. I mean, how do I get to that with this hand? Right? So it'd be Dog, discard Harp. Harp effect gets... Oh, wait. No, we still can't get to that, right? Because we don't have a discard for... No, there was a line, wasn't there? It was use Sabers, put that back in. Then... Oh, wait, I'm pretty sure there's still no line. Because we have to use... Harp Horror gets Nightmare. Nightmare, then either we can put Skeleton back into our deck and get that out. Or get it into the graveyard. But then we can't extend any further. Or we go into World Wand. World Wand gets us the extender, which then lets us go into the Link 3, but then we still can't get the skeleton effect to bring back. Use Orcus skill to send Ding. Use Orcus skill to send Ding. I'm confused. I'm confused at what you're getting at, Faustra. That doesn't make sense to me. If you're talking about our skill, it doesn't do that. And if you're talking about the effect of a monster, like Orcus Nightmare doesn't do that. I wish there was an Orcus skill. Yeah, the issue was... Right, so what we could have done there, if we had gone for the safe play of discarding Harp, is we either end on Ding, and basically don't have anything else, or... Are we going to live? Okay. Unfortunately, again, we have already lost our Frightful Fusion off the mill, which is very unfortunate for us. We can get a discard as well as a body, which effectively counts as 2 discards. Alright. We'll go Dog. Dog is going to get us to Bear. Bear is going to get us to Vendor. Vendor is going to discard Hop. Right, so far so good. That's pretty good. Then we don't have to worry about finding an extra discard. I mean, we were always going to find one anyway, but... So now we'll go 1. We'll go 2. Summon out Galatea. There's no other special summon I need to worry about, so we'll go Harp Horror here. Into Nightmare. We'll then go straight into Decode, I think. Then we go Symbol into Galatea. This is where we can get really funky with it if we want. Alright, we're going to go Orcus Nightmare here. We're going to boost this. Then we're going to send World One to Grave. Now, I'm going to go straight into... Oh, no, we don't want to do that yet. We want to do this first, right? Oh, we don't need, actually. How many have we got? 1, 2, 3. Oh, we're running out of time. Okay. Pressing the wrong buttons. I'm freaking out. I don't have time. I don't have time. We just need to attack. We need to end the turn. Ah, we had the win. We had the win, but we ran out of time. Ran out of time. All right, there's a chance he doesn't kill us here, but we had lethal. We just needed to not run out of time. If we didn't do a misclick because we were panicking because of the timer, we could have just easily done that. It's the issue of having too many lines. Alright, Panther Dancer, 28. What? What? I'm very confused. I'm just gonna normal summon Bear. I'm gonna go straight to battle. I'm gonna attack. I'm gonna attack. Wait, why can't I use my effects? Oh, is this only during your opponent's turn? Wait, why couldn't I? Wait. Oh, because this isn't a bloody Orcus monster. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. It's okay, we're throwing. We're throwing just as hard as he is. I think we'll probably still win since he got one card, but we are throwing so hard. Alright. Alright, let's just try and get this going. Alright, we have a whole minute to do this, so we don't need to panic at all. We'll summon out Skeleton. We'll go 1, we'll go 2. Then I'm going to use Skeleton. Again, this is a really roundabout way of doing this, but this is the way I want to do it. Alright. Send a card. No, please don't do that. Okay, I don't know what happened here. I don't know what. Oh, sorry for the old alarm coming in, but I don't know what just happened. I'm not sure how that just happened, but it did. So yeah. God, look how gross that looks now. I'll move that over a bit. Yep. We'll just keep going, I guess. We haven't seen Mizar. In fact, that was a Mizar, wasn't it? That's what threw us through a loop, is that we thought we were against Tachyon, but it was... That's the other thing I don't like, is people playing just generic skills on Mizar just to throw people off. I'm like, oh, you cheeky little rascal, you. So, like, is this Tachyon? We'll never know. Although he's going first, so... The issue is we can't bluff that we're playing Tachyon. Have you won against Tachyon? Today we beat it one time, I think. I think we were 1 and 2 against it. So in total, we are 2 and 3 now against Tachyon. We've only played against it 5 times total. Why does this song have such a Halloween vibe? Oh, it's meant to be like a creepy song, right? It's the Song of Storms from The Legend of Zelda. You're absolutely right. It is not a Tachyon deck. T-Saw in chat. Hello, Altarius. Now it's something a bit more chill. This is the quick effect pop, right? If your opponent controls more monsters than you do. Okay. That is going to happen at some point. What does this one do? Nothing. Okay. Right, let's start out with our skill. Send you. We'll send you. We'll go bear. I'm just going to hard discard those. Because this is any card, right? I got one face-up card your opponent controls. Now we're going to summon this out. We'll go for this now. If he wants to bounce something here, he can. It's got to be sheep, right? It's only a normal jet. Where do we want to actually go from here? Because we have to force this effect out. What is the best way to do that? I think we always still just summon dog. Bring this out. Fluffle sheep. Log back to hand. The issue is we don't have any Fluffles in graveyard right now. Which means even if we do go for a play, we'd have to discard another Fluffle card. Which messes with what... Actually, if we just get a discard using, like, Phoenix here. Or we could just go for Brute Enforcer. That's not bad. No reason to hold on to this. We'll go Brute. Agent Chain Effect. Grab this. We'll activate the effective Brute. We'll send Bear. We'll target this. It's okay, we're doing this just to get the discard. Okay. That works. Well, now where do we want to go? So now he's lost the ability to use that. Doesn't that mean we can just, like, drop this and pop all 3 of his cards and force out all of his shit now? Let's see if he's got it. And use the effect. What is he going to do? Bounce the tiger? Now we go Toy Vendor. Toy Vendor effect. Discard Nightmare. Activate Nightmare. Boost Brute. Send Harp. Activate Heart. Bring out Skeleton. We'll go 1, 2. Galatea. No reason to use Galatea effect. We'll go World Wand. Grab back Nightmare. Might as well go Decode. Simple Skeleton. Bring back Galatea. Still no reason to use Galatea effects. Into Ding. Touch Skeleton. Bubble comes down. Swing. And swing. This way, if he did have like a Kite Rod or something, we're set up to try and protect against next turn. Oh, I'd love to make this deck someday for fun. If we talk about the Fluffalcust, I mean, I love it personally, but I know it's an acquired taste. And hello, Yusuf Amir, or AMR. Welcome on in. And that is dual level 15. We're getting there. We're getting there slowly. Slowly but surely. Progress is being made. And that is all we can really hope for at the moment. And against all of these Mizars, let's see how long it takes for us to run into another Tachyon. The other thing to remember is, getting to dual level 20 isn't actually that bad. It's just when you do it. If you're trying to do it on day 1, that's going to be the struggle. But the later you leave it, the more people will have already climbed all the way up. So you're going to have less good competition to play against. Send both of those. Activate Bear. Now, we have that plus that, which is enough. I don't think we bother with World Wand here. I think we just go straight in with Toy Vendor. That is atrocious. I hate doing that so much. Alright, we'll go straight in with Heart then. Unfortunately, this is not going to be a very strong end board, but we have to just make do with what we've got, right? Go Sabres, put this back. Straight into Galatea. We tried adding one poly in this. The problem with poly is it's going to be a brick most of the time, and we don't have a way to search it with this build, because we're not playing OWL. I guess there's no reason to not do this now. Make this game the attack. I could take this, which gets that, which just put that in the graveyard the following turn. The issue is, if I don't have that to bring back... I can go into a Link 3, but then I won't have Ding. I think having Ding is the most important part. So I think we have to... No matter what I send here, I always just overlay into Ding. I could still take World Wand, get an extra body on the board. Because then I can still send that to graveyard next turn. Right, we'll do that. So we're going to activate World Wand. We're going to bring back Nightmare. We're then going to activate Galatea. We're going to put World Wand back. Let's set this. We're going to activate it. Then we're still just going to go into Ding. And then we're just going to attach this and pass. So again, not the best board we can make, but I think it's the best we could do under the circumstances we were given. Poly is 2 brick, you can't search it, and you don't usually fusion. If we were playing the full build... Oh, that's annoying. We always protect, right? There's no reason not to. But yeah, if we were playing the full Orcust build... Not Orcust, the full Fluffle build, we had all of our cards. Poly would be a must, but in this version of the deck, it's just not very good, unfortunately. Do we... No, we're fine, because he can stop activations, but we can always chain to it, right? If he goes into Dweller. Okay, whiffs the effect. That's pretty good for us. Currently 7-3, nice! An Icy popping in just to check on our progress. Into Utopia. Wait, are we going to go into, like, Utopia the Lightning? Is that where this is going? Okay, we're into the Lightning. So this is just a 5,000 guy, right? Okay. Straight to the battle phase. Okay. Unless there's something I don't know, I'm pretty sure I'm fine here. Sure. Guess we'll keep it around. I can use this during his turn, which I guess, yeah, there's no reason not to, right? Bring this out. Might be an opportunity for that to come up. And I guess we'll just go straight in with this. And we'll go Symbol Skeleton. Waiting for response. I assume Buster Blader is just the Buster Lock, or whatever. It's just like the weird Floodgate deck. Now, are we going up to 12 is the question. Oh, he's still sticking around. No, there he goes. 12-5, though. Not too bad. Thank you for the follow, Purga. Huge dub. Huge dub. Let's see what we're going into next. We haven't found a Tachyon in a while. We haven't got our, like, free loss yet. Mind you saying that, we have beaten a Tachyon today. OJ the Duck from Brazil. Let's see what you got for us. Miser! Oh boy. We're going first. Now, we have not opened a good hand against Tachyon today. And that theme is continuing as this hand is useless. Okay, our only realistic play is going to be... It has to be vendor into vendor. This hand doesn't do anything else. Like, we could high roll off double vendor, but that changes things drastically. So now we have an Orcus monster we can go into. This still isn't perfect, but this does a lot more than we had just now. I think it's always dog, right? We always have to use our normal on dog either way. Going into any of that doesn't do anything for me. Going into sheep gets me an extra extender, which I think is... Mind you, going into the U gets me an extender as well. Maybe we do just take sabers then. I think it's better. Edge and persist. We send sabers, we send chain. And here we'll just go straight into Galatea. Then we'll go sabers. Put World 1 back. Then we climb into Decode. This is still really bad, because it still doesn't actually get us where we need to be. Because if we want the ability to use... I think the best thing we can do is not use this effect. Because that way we have a follow-up for the following turn if we're not dead. So this is still really bad. And there was probably... I don't think there's a better play we could have done with the hand that we were dealt. But obviously this is not our ideal turn 1 setup. The main issue is we don't have Babel. Because all we had was the Skeleton, we needed any other Orcus card because, like, if we go Nightmare into Skeleton, we're fine. If we go Harp into Skeleton, we're fine. But just Skeleton on its own means that either we can't attach it, which means we don't get to keep it around to bring it back as the quick effect. So either we don't have the Skeleton engrave or underneath Ding, but we do have the Babel, or we keep it so we have a play for next turn, but we don't have the Babel. So it's like, no matter what, I had to, like, pick my poison, and I chose the lesser of two evils. Which means we're still probably going to die, because I think the only way we have any chance to beat this deck when we're going first is if we open, like, our ideal board setup. Unfortunately, we could not find that with this hand. But it's not completely Jova. It's just probably Jova. What we can do right now, though, is upgrade our Tachyon count to 4. The really scary thing is that he's doing all of this. He's got 3 level 8s on board and still has 4 cards in hand. Okay, that's non-targeting, non-destruction. So that gets around all of my shit. Okay, so if he just gets any other 8, it's just game over. I think it's impossible for him not to get another 8, right? Nebula's like rank 8 on its own, isn't it? Brings that out. He overlays into anything. Overlays into a pop. Pops that. Attacks me directly twice and wins the game. So we're going to go ahead and upgrade our loss counter already. Yeah. Nothing we can do about that, unfortunately. If we did open a hand that got us to Babel as well, we do have the ability to bring back Ding as a quick effect and get rid of one of his cards. So maybe we had a chance if we had opened that. But unfortunately, we will never know. Scud. Okay, this is our second Scud opponent today. Very strange. Shiranui. Okay. Alright. We will just go straight in with an Orchestrate return here. Or discard the World One. This will let us use our skill. Discard 1. Discard 2. We'll go Fluffal Bear. Activate. Use the effect. Discard the Harp. Get trigger off that, which will get us to Dog. Normal Dog. Dog effect. Does find wings. There's no reason to take anything else. Special out Sheep. Sheep effect. Dog back to hand. Bring out Chain. We'll go Harp. Bring out Nightmare. Go Galatea here. Egypt Chain effect. We'll grab back Fusion. We'll go Nightmare effect. Target Galatea. Send this. We're gonna go World Wand effect. I'm going to bring back Nightmare. Where do I want to put this? Does it matter? It might matter. If I can get a third monster, I can with that. Ooh, that is interesting. Right, we always have to do this. And we always put you back, I think. We always need the Babel. But no matter what... No, I still don't get the right number of monsters, no matter how I do it. So we'll go into this, using this, and... this, I guess. I still need one more monster to do the really funny play. I cannot find an extra summon, so we will instead just go for the default play. It would have been so cool if I could just get one more monster, but all I have is the Sabers. Sabers is not enough on its own. Actually, do we go for it anyway? It's really funny. I want to do it because it's really funny. Right, we're going to go for it. This might be a mistake, but we're going to go for it. Alright, here we're going to go straight into Nightmare. And we'll boost up Decode. Sure, he's more likely to stick around. Okay, maybe we didn't need to do exactly that, because I forget that we can do it in the same chain. Okay, but this is still fine. This is still fine. So now we have Quick Effect, remove his monster, as well as Quick Effect, bring back Ding, and get rid of another monster. Get Squire to hand. Spectral Sword. Oh crap, alright. I don't have a lot of time to think here. We'll go for this here. Okay, where does he go with this? The problem is I don't have a lot of experience against Shiranui. So I don't really know where to, like, throw interruptions in. We're just going to kind of go where we can. If he summons Big Guy, we will try and get rid of it. That's our current plan. Wait. Wait a minute. Why didn't I get to resolve my effect? Does he negate? Why did my effect resolve? It was special summon, so why couldn't I use the effect? I'm confused. I'm very confused. Why didn't that work? Shiranui players in the chat. Why couldn't I use my effect there? I had to complete the summon? But it was summoned. It wasn't negated. So I don't understand why that would matter. Like, it was summoned. We shouldn't miss the timing. That doesn't do anything. Well, I'll go wings, I guess. You send it back to grave before its effect go off, but again, that doesn't matter. Because it still was summoned, so I would still get its effect resolve. Like, logically, that just doesn't make sense. It's a different chain. He popped it before it completed the summon. chain was ongoing. Yeah, but then it should just let me resolve it at the end of that chain in a new chain. But that's what I don't understand. Like, the flow just doesn't make sense. I can't be popped. I mean, I've run out of time anyway. There's not a lot I can really do here. I think we're out of time just straight up here. Nah. Damn. You cannot chain if chain was resolving. Yeah, but again, we're not planning to check. Right. So what should happen, right, is any effects that would try to resolve during a chain don't resolve until after that chain is complete. Then any outstanding chain should then start a new chain afterwards, right? That's typically how effects resolve. That's another loss anyway. By the time the new chain would have started, the card was in the wrong location to activate. Okay, that explanation makes a little bit more sense. It does seem still very strange. In the same way that when you activate a card and a card is activating, you can like send it somewhere, right? So for example, someone tries to negate your card, you can send it to the graveyard. It's still not where it was, but I suppose the activation window gets messed up. That still seems so hyper specific, right? Like that's not going to come up almost ever. It's like discarding a Shadow and someone crows it. Doesn't activate the effect. Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense. It's a weird type case, right? That I genuinely don't think comes up very often. I think we still could have won that as well. Unless his guy had an effect I didn't know about. I could have, if I didn't run out of time, just make... I could have made Ding, got rid of his card, assuming it doesn't have some sort of can't be sent, can't be targeted, or unless it has protection from non-targeting, non-destruction. Which I mean, we shouldn't just say that it does, because it might do, I don't know. Right, we'll go Bear. Only destruction push. Yeah, so I had lethal then, so I would have won if we didn't run out of time. Discarding doesn't really get me... Normal summoning doesn't get me anywhere, so I have to summon out Dog, right? But at which point we might as well do this, because this increases the odds of things working in our favour. So now we're going to summon out Skeleton. Normal. I mean, I suppose I don't know what he had in his hand, though. He could have had any number of things. That doesn't work. That doesn't do anything. Stop taking this. Send one. We'll send two. Then we'll go into Galatea. Right, we have so many different things we can do. I suppose what makes the most sense is Harp into Orcus Nightmare. Then we don't want to put Harp back, so we will go straight in with this. Right, Decode Talker comes down. Then we have just so many different things we can do. Let's go Symbol Skeleton. Bring back the Galatea now. We also need to use this because we want to shuffle it back with our Galatea. Always send World Wand. Activate Galatea. I mean, if we're going to use World Wand, we could bring that back, but I don't think we want to do that now, so we just put this back for now. Always take Babel here. And we go ding by overlaying the Galatea. We attach the symbol skeleton. Don't need to use that, but is there a reason not to use it? I don't think there is. We might as well do this now. Because we won't be able to do it during our opponent's turn. It depends what they're going to do to us. As to whether or not it matters. Right, we will activate World Legacy Vault. We can bring this back. And then I think we're going to go for the funny play again. We'll go 1. We'll go 2. We'll go 3. Into long. So depending on what we're against, this is sometimes a really good play and sometimes a really mid play. It's relaxing to play. I suppose that's probably the thing, right? It's probably relatively straightforward lines. I think there, though, our opponent did misplay by putting in the ENZ. I'm wondering if they did that with auto placement. Right, we're going second. All of our wins against this deck have been going second, by the way. So, again, assuming this is... Now, is that a brick, or is this not what we think it is? Right, dog. Dog effect. Because we don't have anything past this, so... Battle. Wah. End. Unfortunately, no moving pieces in this hand. Now, if we had opened a bear or Oh, Constellas. Okay, we are just dead. If he just makes a Lurker, we're just straight dead. We cannot play under Lurker. Especially with this hand. Like, the way to beat Lurker with our deck is to open Frightfur Fusion. And we just never do. It's a one of in the deck. Like, I feel like our opponent did somewhat brick, but I think we bricked way harder. Like, this is unplayable. Right, goes into Star Chart, activates Star Chart, overlays into Pleiades. Draws a card. Summons again. Probably makes... I don't even think he needs to go Dweller, right? He'd probably just kill us here. We've got... We're on Dog Pass. This is hardly a strong board. Basically, you can't use the effect until the chain is finished, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Needs to see the monster on the field to activate the effect. Yeah. It's just a weird one. I feel like I used to be really, like, clued in to the, like, the rulings in Yu-Gi-Oh! But they've gotten, like, so much more since I was, like, actively playing. Because I used to play physically, right? I used to go and play a ton, like, when Yu-Gi-Oh! Was new. Okay. So probably rockets again. All Gearsu is good Gearsu, Ding Gearsu, Long Gearsu. I mean, who doesn't love a little bit of Gearsu? Alright, I mean, we'll take it. We keep having these, like, really nice win streaks, and then it gets, like, shattered. Like, at the start, we were 0-1, then we got up to, like, 5-1, and then we went down to, like, 6-3. And we got all the way up to 15, but now our losses are starting to rack up a bit. Which is fine. Again, we know we're not playing meta, so we're not expecting to do, like, crazy good. My biggest pet peeve is the use once per turn versus activate once per turn. Oh, do not even get me started. I feel like sometimes there are... Hey, would you look at that? It's Shui raiding us with $5. Welcome on in, Shui and Raiders. We're currently playing in the KC Cup with our Fluffalcust deck. We're 14-8. Which is... Shiranui again. Which is not awful, considering we're playing basically off meta. I think we're doing okay, considering. How do we want to play this? Do we just shotgun this? If I do this first, that's less options. I think we always discard that anyway, so I think we will do this. We'll go Toy Vendor first. We'll activate and discard. This gives us a higher chance of hitting... Okay, well, statistically, it was a higher chance we hit a Fluffle card before we did this, but now our end board is going to be dog shit no matter what we do. We always needed to discard that. Just 100%, that always was the play. Witchcraft the best deck, it even beats tier 0. I mean, we have beaten Tachyon a few times today ourselves. We have been doing okay against it. We could get a search, but there's no real reason to. We need the extender, so I suppose we'll go for Harp now. Bring this out. Go straight in with Galatea. The issue is that our Babel is in the graveyard, which is one of the two cards we just really do not want to mill. I'm so sick and low energy. Well, hopefully you get well soon, Shui. Nightmare, boost Galatea. Has to be Skeleton's Grave. I guess we have to go Sabers here. Because this at least does give us a negate. Unfortunately, without the Babel though, like where does this really go? And against Shiranui as well, which is like a top tier deck. Realistically, we don't have much of a hope here. And then we have to attach this just to give us follow-up for next turn. And that's all we got. It's not great. It's not great, but he might brick. We need our 3 pieces. We need the decode, we need the ding, and we need the babble. But we're really struggling to find all 3. We keep ending on just 2 of the 3. And 2 of the 3 is just not good enough. Right, let's see what our Shiranui opponent has for us. We're probably just going to absolutely get completely destroyed here. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. There's a chance, right? There is a slim chance. Shiranui style successor. Right, Shade. Spectral Sword. Doomkaiser. Messes with my graveyard, right? Ah, this is literally for the mirror. Okay. At this rate, he might hit the timer boss. Right, Gozuki. Plays are happening. Things are happening. I can't get, like, frustrated at my opponents because, right, I often lose to the timer. So when my opponents take a long time, it's really hypocritical for me to get critical about it. Might try a Toy Vendor engine to play a Zombie World deck. I really do like the Toy Vendor engine, right? Just the whole, like, Bear, Vendor, and Wings. I think just generically they do work really well. Let's skip through the slow bit into the bit of a crescendo. Okay. Gozuki effect. You can banish 1 zombie monster from your graveyard, except Gozuki, special summon 1 zombie monster from your hand. Okay. Okay. I mean, we had a really, really bad setup, but we somehow won because our opponent bricked and or misplayed. I mean, we will take it, I suppose. Dual level 16. That's what we like to see. 16. Damn. 15 and 8 has got us to 16. I mean, that's almost a 66% win rate, right? And 66% is what we're always aiming for. Now, do we often get to that 66%? You know, no, but it's what we always go for. FX Gomes. All right, let's see what you got for us. Is this going to be Miser? No, it's Taya Gardner. Okay, this could be literally anything. This is probably going to be a... I've already forgotten what they're called. They're like legendary skill things that you can use on anyone. Could be Constellas. Shiranui. Okay, it's just Shiranui again. It's all Shiranui. It's all Shiranui all the time. Alright, we have to go dog. Dog effect. We have to go bear. We don't really get a say in this matter. We have to activate bear. Bear gets us vendor. We have to activate vendor. We have to use the effect. We have to discard hop. I mean, that's not great, but realistically, we don't really get much of a say in this. We go Harp into Nightmare. Could not use the effect because no other zombie in grave. You know, like, I'm not sure what, like, the play was, you know. Obviously, he wanted to, like, try and bring a zombie back, but I feel like just setting monsters in defense would have been better than what he did. We have nothing to do with this effect, which is a little bit sad. There's no reason to not send Symbol Skeleton here. And we always activate this. Unfortunately, we did mill our only other search, which would actually get us 2 draws, which would have been really, really good. So here, I think we do just have to overlay into Ding Pass. It's a bit sad. What we can do is just use this effect to throw this back in for no reason. Rusty Camper with the subscription. Hello, my friend. Spoke to you just yesterday, and here you are, gifting out subs. And then we probably just attach here.
Krusty Camper gifted 1 subscriptions.
I think this is the best we got. Hey dude, 1 sub. Now have a meeting, have fun. Yeah, thanks for dropping by. Thanks for dropping your generous gift sub and then disappearing into the night. Always appreciate it. So the other thing we could have done there would have been use... I mean, could we have done anything? Realistically not. I mean, again, there's a chance he doesn't just straight up kill us. It's not looking great, though. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. We'll see what he does. There we go. Into Squire Saga. And this is... Banish 1 face-up monster you control, or in your graveyard. Then applies effects in sequence based on the monster it banished. If it's a fire zombie synchro, destroy a monster on the field, destroy a spell trap. Oh, don't destroy spell traps, bro. Don't do that. You don't want to do that. I mean, I'm going to just protect with Ding either way. Does it banish? No, it's just destroy. Well, there's no way we're letting you do that, my friend. Sorry, but that just is not happening. Has Grand come today? Grand has not been here today, I don't think. I think he's been busy. And we can't expect Grand to show up every day. That's fine. You can pop that. Or weaken it or whatever. That's fine. We do not mind at all. Gold Sark? Okay. I don't think I've seen Gold Sark in Shiranui's. Is Gold Sark a typical Shiranui card? I mean, I guess it does make sense to trigger Spirit Master. Okay, here we will go... Harp. Did we bother with Skeleton? I don't think we do go Skeleton here. There's no reason to. We will summon out Nightmare, though. Against Shiranui, it's not a good matchup, right? I mean, we don't really have that many good matchups. But so far, this is looking okay. Toy Vendor. Ooh. This is funky. We use this. This is send the grave. So I can use that just to send that, which is actually pretty good. All right, let's start with this. We'll go Toy Vendor, discard, World Wand. Yeah, we'll summon up wings here. And here, I think we're going to go straight into Phoenix. Phoenix effect. We discard. Pop the back row. Which one's this? Okay, it's going to go for a draw. Use the effect of Toy Vendor. We grab... I think it's always dog. We haven't normaled yet. Normal dog. Dog effect. Here it's always sabers. Activate the skill. Send sabers. Send chain. Next up is wings. Toy vendor effect. We'll grab out bear. Special sheet. Activate sheet. Dog back to hand. Bring back chain. We'll go 1, 2, 3. Into decode. Chain effect. Grab fusion. We'll then go symbol skeleton. Bring back ding. Ding effect. We'll then activate this. Send, bring it back. Activate. We don't really need to do much of anything else, right? I guess now we'll go Frightful Fusion. We'll go 1. We'll go 2. We'll go 3. Summon that wolf. Make sure to read the trap. Battle. Attack. Oh, does he take no damage this turn? That's fine. We'll just pass there. Remember, I can't remember if I never knew in the first place. You take no damage this turn, even if this card leaves the field. Okay, that's fine. Alright, in which case, Frightful Fusion was definitely a terrible play to make, but the rest of this is still kind of fine, right? The issue I have now is the timer. So what would the better play have been? Just link these off into Ding? Have that pointing at him? That would have been better. Yeah, Wabaku is such an annoying card. Because I don't have any way to, like, interact with it, right? I literally have no way to stop it. I really don't like how I'm losing a second before I can do anything. Like, every time it comes up, a second goes. I'm sat here, like, mashing right-click, and it doesn't matter. But I don't want to toggle off, because I might need to interact at some point. But I feel like the game is working against me right now. Listen, shut up, alarm. Now is not the time for you. But every time, I'm losing a second. I need to toggle off just so I don't lose too much time. But now if he targets me, I'm gonna just die because I don't get to use my effect. I don't understand why I lose a second every time it pops up. Even when I don't even leave it up for a second. Right, what was it? So Shogun Saga. Okay. Make a 10. He's got 3,400 damage on board right now. Yeah, so the better play would have been end on Ding, or end on Long. Use Long to send. Oh, don't I get to respond to that? Oh, so I would have... Oh, it's that resolution. Okay, so I would have had to do it in response to that. I mean, am I not now in like a slight... Oh, no, now we're dead because he had the extra summon. Okay, that's another winnable game that we did lose, but we should have won that game, right? If we had read that he had a Waboku, we would have won. Because we would have made Long here, just sent this to the grave. He would have had one less guy, wouldn't have been able to resolve all of this bullshit. So that is something, right? It's a learning experience. The problem is people just don't play Shiranui very much. Or they haven't been on ladder, right? I've been playing a ton of Platinum and Legend, and we have just not been running into it. So we just are inexperienced against the deck. We played against one person playing Shiranui, and he set up a monster that couldn't be destroyed by battle, couldn't be, or was completely unaffected by card effects. And we were just like, well, I just can't deal with that. Right. Puny Penguin on Mizar. Is this going to be? Win streak 5 tells me this is probably Tachyon, right? We have opened dog shit again. Holy crap. Every time we go against Tachyon, we open like the worst possible hands. Yeah, we go, Tachyon. Let's get that Tachyon count up. Unfortunately, I don't know what card we could draw. What singular card could we draw that gets out of this? Because if he just Omni negates our first play, the game is just over, right? Because we don't have any follow-up. We have no extenders. Alright. Let's go into Felgrand. This is the first time we've seen a Tachyon player actually summon Felgrand. I don't know why they aren't making this card more often, because this card is bonkers. And I don't know why you... Because you get it from a bundle, right? So I don't know why everyone doesn't just have this card. But this is... I think this is going to be the first Tachyon player we played against that is actually making a good turn 1 board. So hats off to this guy. I'm assuming we're just going to go into Tachyon here. Yeah, there we go. Now that turns on the Omni. Straight to end. Alright, and now we just die. We literally don't have a play. Our play is like set monster pass. Alright, watch this, right? We'll go Orchestrated Babble as our first play. Let's see what he does. Then we're going to set, and we're going to pass the turn. So we're gonna update our tracker with a loss already because we know where this is going, right? I think we all know where this is going. Okay. Well, let him spin his plate. I mean, what? Our win con is he does literally nothing. He like, goes to battle phase. That's our win con. Can you use Felground to target his own monsters? One face-up monster on the field. So yeah, he can target his own monsters. The other effect is kind of crazy. What's the other effect? What are we talking about? He can just turn his monster at towers? Yeah. I mean, it'll be a towers with no effect. But yeah, you can do that. How goes the games today? The games have actually been pretty... Right, so we're 15 and 10, right? So we're positive. It was a lot closer to 66%. We've been on a bit of a losing streak. To be fair, both of the Shiranui games, we could have won, right? I think there's been about 3 games today that we could have won, but we played badly. Or we ran out of time, which happened in a couple of them. But at least we know that we had the option to win, right? It wasn't just like we got completely clapped, which is something. I think this is probably a good time. So usually we'd finish at 3, and it's close enough to as. So we're probably going to call it here. We had some good games, which is pretty good. We got to show off what our deck could do quite a lot, which is what obviously we're here to do. But now I think what we're going to do is we are going to go and raid into one of the absolute best streamers on the platform. So we are going to go and head over to everyone's favorite Icy Gamers. But thank you all so much for watching. We had a lot of fun. We had some ups, we had some downs, just as the music gets all melancholic. But we should be back on Tuesday. Now, we might be busy on Tuesday. We'll have to wait and see. But we should be back on Tuesday, same time, and we'll just be probably grinding some more KC Cup, because who doesn't love grinding the KC Cup? Stage 2 is a bit funky, but everyone loves Stage 1. Stage 1 is just a blast, and hopefully all the Tachyon players will have disappeared off into Stage 2 away from us. And we might be able to get some better games. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
At that point, didn't you get really?
Tomato with the raid! Huge shout out to Tomato. Make sure you guys go check out Tomato's YouTube and Twitch. You're killing it with the Fluffles today. Where did you end up?